Hi, let us learn how to create a stretch pixel on Adobe Photoshop. Okay, let us learn to stretch pixels. So, we want to replicate this. We want to see how we can be able to create something like this. Okay, so here's our background image. So, I'm just going to, okay, let me just save this. Let me save it to, let's say, downloads, image. Okay, then let us go to file, go to open, then go to downloads. Oh, sorry. It didn't save in the right way. This is supposed to, okay, image. Okay, let's go to file. We go to open. Okay, then we hit our downloads and then we take the image. So this is the image we want to work with, right? Yeah, this is the image we want to work with. So the first thing you do to this image is you duplicate the image. Very important. Duplicate this image. Okay, then come to select, click on subject. Okay, we want to first erase the background from this second one we duplicated. Okay, once your selection have been made, you hit your layer mask here. See your layer mask. Okay, just hit your add layer mask and then you double click on the mask you created, this layer mask, not on the actual image. Can you see it? So you double click on this one. When you double click on it, sometimes it will, the option that you would see is select a mask. If you still select a mask, just hit your select a mask. But if you've used this feature before, you probably will not see select a mask. They will just bring you here. So what you need to do is to come down here, just hit the contaminate color, then you hit OK. Okay, when you do that, come down here, you will see that they recreated or they duplicated this image and hid this one. Can you see it? They duplicated this image now. They hid this one. So this is the one that we don't need. So what do we do? Just click on it and backspace. Just hit your backspace to delete it. Okay, if you don't want to delete it like that, Control Z, you can just drag it from here and then add it here to delete. So this is the image we need now. Okay, so the reason why I did this is because I wanted to remove all the fringes around this image. I didn't want any white parts to be left. Okay, because there are times that after removing a background, you see some parts, white parts, especially when the background is a bit dark. Okay, the reason why we were not able to see it is because the background is light, okay, it's white. So we're not able to see those fringes. So that's what I removed using select and mask. Okay, so moving on, I want to change this background to white, to dark green. Okay, let me see. Okay, let me use it should be a brown color. Okay, let me change the background to brown color. How do I achieve that? Now, the truth is I actually don't need this guy. Okay, so I'm going to come here, click on this last layer here, this particular layer, then come to your adjustment panel. This is your, yeah, this is your adjustment panel. Okay, adjustment layer. So when you click on your adjustment layer, come to gradient map, click on your adjustment layer, come to your gradient map and click on it. Then for this one, just click here. When you click here, now you change this color to dark. Okay, this is basically to darken the dark side of the design. Okay, so we want to change it to black. Okay, basically what it does is to darken the dark side of the design. Then this place affects only the white part of the design or the image you are working with. All right, so when I click here and change the color, whatever color I use, that's the color most of this background will take, because this, the background is majorly white. Okay, the only dark part of this background is the shadow. Okay, so and this one basically works on the shadow, this one works on the highlight. Okay, so I'll double click on it and then I'll pick the color. and then take my time and find a suitable color. Yeah, this color is okay. Then you okay it. Come back here. Let's make this one a bit darker. Yeah, that will just do the work. Then you okay it. You okay it. So that's basically how to achieve that. Very simple. If you don't understand, please, I would like you repeat the video. Okay, just go back and repeat it. I tried explaining it in a very simple and understandable format. All right. So having gotten this, the next thing we do now is to create the stretched pixels. So what you do is you pick the rectangular marquee tool. This is it here, rectangular marquee tool. Then you come here, just make a selection from here. Please, the box you are selecting should not be large. It should be small, very small like this. Okay, it shouldn't be much. Then make sure you select this image that you remove the background. See the image here? Make sure you are selecting the image. Okay? Then what you do after you've made this selection and then you've clicked on the image, what you now do is to hit your Ctrl J to duplicate. So we just hit our Ctrl J now. We duplicated that selection we made here. Okay, that tiny selection, that's what we just duplicated here. Okay, so we come here and hit the move tool. When you hit your move tool, then drag from here, hold down your shift and drag. Can you see it? Hold your shift and drag. Okay, so that's basically that. So we've created the first stretch. Then the second stretch we want to create, still make sure you have selected this one. Make sure this is selected. All right. Then you come down here, select this part. Make sure your box is not big. Okay. Then Ctrl J to duplicate. This is the copy we've made. Then go back to your move tool, hold down your shift and drag. Okay. And something very important you should take note of is when you are dragging, please, it shouldn't exceed. Don't go beyond the edge of the canvas you are working with. Okay, don't go beyond the edge of the canvas you are working with. Then we drag up to meet this one. Yeah. Then let's increase the size of this one a little bit. Yeah. Then select the two of them. Just select the first one, then hold down shift and select the second one. Then you come here, come to your layer panel here, right click and convert the both of them to smart object. Go to layer panel, right click and convert the both of them to smart object. Then you come to your filter here, come to your distort, then click on polar coordinate. Polar coordinate. Then you click OK. But before you click OK, make sure this is on rectangular to polar. Rectangular to polar. Make sure it's selected, not this one. Okay, then you hit OK. You'd have something like this. Okay, when you get something like this, then come back here, reconvert this guy to a smart object. Come back here, reconvert this one, just right click and convert to a smart object. Yeah, then you just rotate this. Sorry, let's rotate this. Sorry, this is what you're supposed to be rotating. Just hit your Ctrl T and then start rotating it. Okay, just adjust it like I'm doing. Okay, just take your time. It's not a lot of work actually. Okay, then you take it to the back of this image, the one that has no background. Drag this to the back of this image. Something like this. Okay, then I want to hold down my shift and then distort. I want to distort it from this end. Then I still want to rotate it a little bit more. Just make sure you rotate it like I'm doing. Okay. Then I'm still holding my shift. Yeah, something like this. Yeah, exactly. So I think we are good to go. Okay. Then the next thing you do, we want to cut out this part. Okay, we want to cut out this part. Let's take this up a little bit. So for us to do that, please follow carefully. Hold down your shift, hold down your control, sorry, your control. Then select here. Please don't click here. Select here on this image here. Hold down your control. Select here. You have made a selection. Then come to this layer mask here. Emphasis on the layer mask. Come to the layer mask. Don't click on this image. Come to the layer mask and click on the layer mask. So, okay, we have to hold down shift because the goal is to make a selection of the both of them. Okay, we want to select the both of them once. All right. So we are going to hold our control and hold down our shift. Hold your control, hold down your shift, then click on this first, then click on this layer mask. So we have now successfully selected the both of them once. Then we come back here, click on this layer mask. Once you've made your selection, okay, until you click Control D, the selection is not going to leave. So once you've made your selection, come to this layer mask here, this particular layer mask. Carry your brush tool, okay, carry your brush tool and then brush off this part, okay. Then once you are done, you just click your Control D and you have something like this, okay. It's as simple as that. Please be careful when you are erasing so that you not erase this side too. Just be very careful when you are erasing. So we have something like this. So that's basically how to create something like this on Photoshop. If you don't really comprehend, please go over the video again and I guarantee that you'd really understand well. Okay.